Hello, my name is AJ. I'm your Hypoxix coach for today, and we have level 5.7 chair teaser. This is a level 5 movement and a level 7 breathography. We're adding in our 10 beat breath retentions at the conclusion of each of our engaged exhales. Very advanced with the breath, very advanced with the movement. Now, we're performing those breath retentions because we're strengthening the activity, strengthening the deep abdominals that activate at the end of our exhalation, those internal obliques, transversus abdominis, all the muscles that work to loosen your ab ribbon on that engaged exhale. We're basically performing like a plank for those exercises, meaning we're just holding. We're holding the contraction and we're improving the stamina, the strength, increasing the strength of the abdominals, and also reducing lower back pain as we increase the ability to stabilize our spine using those muscles. It's incredibly exciting. Also, we're enhancing our ability to tolerate carbon dioxide levels in the exercise session and also outside the exercise session. How amazing is that, that we are strengthening our core, lessening low back pain, and also improving our relationship to stress. If you're working with a Hypoxix coach and they suggested a variation on this exercise, always follow that. That's there to optimize your program. Now, let's begin. Let's put the ball in between the inner thighs here. Knees shooting over the third toes with the ball. The ball's there to increase activation of the inner thighs and the deep core, but also as tactile feedback. If the ball starts moving around when you do the exercise, you've lost pelvic stability and you just want to adjust and see what you need to titrate to make sure that that ball's not moving. That's representative of what's happening here. If you still can, then go back to level 1 through 4. They're all great exercises, and meet yourself where you're at. You don't want to put so much load on the body that you can't stabilize. This is a pelvic stabilization exercise. Additionally, you want to make sure that you can feel the difference between tight and loose with the ab ribbon, using this as tactile feedback as well. If you can't loosen the ab ribbon on the soft shish and loud shish and the breath retention, you may just want to loosen your ab ribbon a little bit, like in an isolated core exercise like this, totally natural. That you would need to do that because of the increased circumference of the waist when we do an isolated core exercise. If you still can't feel the difference, again, just reduce the resistance of the exercise. There's 4 levels that lead up to this one, and they're all there for the purpose of being able to integrate your deep abs when you get to, this advanced level of the chair teaser. Now, this is as much a posture exercise as it is a core exercise, so let's go over those components. Interlace the fingers, pull them apart, so if the fingers are slippery, they come out like that, and then put the hands behind the head. Head is pushing back into Hypoxix head stance, which is back, and also using the hands to lift the head up. You're heightening the spine the whole time. When I say heighten, that's what I mean as you go into this advanced exercise. Now, the pelvis is in neutral, so you want to find equal weight between the 2 sit bones, and you want to make sure you're not too far forward. You want to make sure you're not too far back. You're about halfway between those 2 points, finding that neutral, and you can also deduce whether or not you're in neutral, because when you lean back and you keep this lift here, you're feeling the abs with your hip flexors working. Yes, the hip flexors should work. This is a hip flexor strengthening exercise, but you want to make sure you feel your abs as well. The engaged exhale is going to help you. But if you go through that engaged exhale and you still only feel lower back and hip flexors, then you know that you have put too much stress on your body and you just want to go back to like level 4 or level 3 with this one. And that is absolutely fine. Meet yourself where you're at. You don't want to get injured doing this exercise. It's a very advanced exercise, okay? Now, visual system, we always work the visual system in all of the Hypoxix exercises because of the way that it changes the shape of the eyeballs, works our nervous system, cognition, and the muscles of our eyes. Very important in this day and age when we're mostly staring at a close point, our smartphones. So let's find that far point and then use it for posture as well. Pull that head away from that farthest point you can stare at, hopefully out a window, or maybe you're outside and you're staring at a mountain. That would be ideal. So stare at that point, find it. Okay, so we have our neutral spine, we have our head, we have our tactile feedback points. I think we're ready. We get 2 breath cycles with 10 beat breath retentions. Zip up, posture prep, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 1, inhale 2, and blow. Loosen the ribbon, you're holding 10, 9, loose ribbon, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, head back, 3, 2, 1, pause, inhale, inhale, loosen the ribbon, you're holding 10, 9, pelvic floor, 8, 7, loose ribbon, 6, head back, 5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1. Amazing work.